Top of the morning. Welcome to Positive Vibes with Sammy R. I'm glad you could join me this morning. If you woke up, remember you're blessed. If you woke up, you have another opportunity to make yesterday a distant memory. Today's gonna be a strong topic, man, and it's gonna be a tough topic. It's gonna be called A Letter to My Mother. And before I even start doing this, I love my mother to death, for the record. She's my lady, for the record. And for the record, I'm not doing this to get no recognition from nobody. I'm not doing this to belittle my mother. I'm not doing none of this. I'm doing this to clear my conscience. And you guys listen to me every day, every other day, whenever I drop content. So I feel like you guys are the closest to me. So I'm going to open up a little bit on the personal level. And like I said, I'm not disrespecting my mother. I never did, and I never will. But I have to let this go. When I was younger, growing up as a teen, of course my dad wasn't around. He split for some reason. Me and him got to talk about it, but it's something I'm not going to put in the internet. But he split. So I had no male. I was the only boy out of 4 kids. I was the only boy. I had no other males around me. My Uncle Mel was around at that time when I was around. Leslie, of course, my Uncle Les. And of course, Hens. They were all my uncles. They were all together, but they were out doing what they were doing at that time. So I had no male role models. I looked after them. They weren't doing the best things at times. They were in the streets. They were in the hood. You know how it was. If you was there in the 80s, you know what time it is when it came to the streets. You know what I mean? The 80s, early 90s. Y'all know what time it is. So I grew up with my mom. She was a single mother. Basically, more or less raised by my grandmother. May her soul rest in peace. And I just try to find my way. I was a good child. I was always a good child. I did mischief things, but I was always a bright student. My problem was I was a follower. But being the only boy in the family that will become a man eventually is not an easy thing. And for the brothers out there that can relate, y'all know what I'm talking about. Fast forward till I hit the streets, because I'm not going to do all of this. Mom, to me, I always try to find my way. I felt like once I made a mistake in my life, once I hit the streets, that's when I needed you most. And that's when you really turn your back on me with this saying that it's tough love. Let me address that. There's different levels of tough love. There's a difference between tough love and not really being there for your kid. Big differences. But I found my way, and I am grateful for those lessons that I learned. I thank my mother for that dearly, and I got the opportunity to do that. And like I said, I try to find my way. Bumped my head a couple of times, went in and out of jail and stuff like that. But I've always noticed that when I did call on my mom, when I did ask for help, and it wasn't always financially. Let me put that for the record. It's not financial that I was searching for. I was searching for compassion. I was searching for a hug. I was searching for someone to say, everything is gonna be okay. I'm not saying I was the victim, because I did most of this stuff to myself. Let me put that out there. And mommy, like I said, I love you. But this is gonna have to let go. Most of the times I felt like a stepchild. I would ask for the smallest things and I would get turned down, knowing that you have it. But it's okay. I was made to believe that my father wasn't shit. I was made to believe different things. I was always meant to believe that something was wrong with me. There was nothing wrong with me. I hit the streets like a regular teenager at that time, at that age. I lost my uncle. which was my best male influence ever. You understand what I'm trying to say? I love all my uncles dearly, but the one I lost was the one that really meant a lot to me, just like all my uncles mean a lot to me in different ways, different sections of my life, which what I'll get into in another video. But all I ever wanted to was love, and I was negative. I ain't gonna lie, I was negative. I was in the streets. I had to learn. Going to jail, calling Mom Deuce. She hangs up on me. It's called tough love. Like I said, there's a difference between tough love and putting your kids through different situations that's unnecessary, that I will never do. But I guess it worked because, you know what? I learned my lesson. But it also messed me up mentally. I grew up afraid to ask for help. I grew up afraid to just ask for guidance. I was afraid because I couldn't ask my mother because I was always being told no. I was always being looked at as some bum in the street when I was far from that. I'm a street guy. Fast forward to my son, which is the greatest thing that happened to me in my life. The person that saved my life in all reality. You helped me get my son. And I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm forever grateful for that. I'm forever, and let me tell you something, this is just not a video saying that I'm not grateful for things, because I'm grateful for everything that my mother have done. But I am just getting this out my chest, because this is part of my growth. So fast forward, my son was born. The greatest thing that happened to me at that time. He saved my life. And you helped me with that, which is I'm forever in debt to you for that. You start telling my son all these negative things about me. You only say negative things about me. And now I know the truth, because me and him, I know the truth now. Negative stuff about me. Negative stuff about everybody around me. I'm not gonna mention any names. You brainwashed my son to believe that I was an animal. You brainwashed my son to believe that, no, you don't want to be like this man. You brainwashed my son thinking that I'm going to take from him. I never stole anything from my son, ever, and never will. Never will. But you brainwashed him to believe that I'm a freaking animal. And that hurts like crazy. Fast forward again. I changed my life. I changed my life specifically. I confronted my issues. I let you know the things that I did wrong to you. I confessed and poured my heart out to you. I did that. Just to let you know all the things. I wanted to get them all off my chest. Spoke to my sisters, all the things that I've done, got them off my chest. I changed my life. I got positive vibes in me now. And the first person that I wanted to show my growth to, my beloved mother. I was so excited to show her my growth. Even though it's not about her, it's about me. But that's my number one critic. So I wanted to show my number one critic that I have changed my life completely. I wanted to show that number one critic that a black sheep could turn white. A black sheep could become the leader of the pack. I wanted to show that. But when I was given the opportunity to show that, I got called fake. I'm a fake person for changing. Telling my son, don't be around him and don't be around your uncle. Which is crazy. You're still trying to brainwash him. You disowned me in front of a lot of people. That hurt. You try to play me in front of a lot of people, and that hurt the shit out of me. And I still didn't disrespect you. And I still said I loved you. And you will still always be my lady. But I can't forgive what you've done to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I will forever be your son. You will forever be my mother. And I love you to tears. But this is something that I'm doing. I'm moving on. I had to get this off my chest. Tired of being disrespected. Tired of being looked at as a strange street person I was when I was 15 years old. I'm 40 now, and they're still looking at me in that manner. Still looking at me like that. I work. I support my family. I do what I'm supposed to. I moved hours away because I was tired of being fed the negative bullshit. You're never gonna be this. You're never gonna be that. You're the one that told me that my son was not lucky. My son is not lucky to have a father like you. That I'm never gonna be nothing. I'm always gonna be that same street person. You know what, ma? I'm proud to say that I'm not that person anymore. And I forgive everything you told me. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you and I love you. And this is my letter to my moms. Positive vibes and I'm out.